Hi, I'm Monico. I'm a personal trainer here at the JCC's Fitness Center. Today we're going to do a core and more class. That's going to be a little bit of legs, a little bit of abs, but it's going to be everything from your chest down. So you have an option. You can use your home appliances as a weight, or you can use a ball or a weight if you have a weight at home. Anything that's weighted about 6 to 8 pounds, depending on your level of experience. But I'm going to go ahead and get started. So the first exercise that we're going to do is a forward lunge. So we're going to alternate a forward step, a good strike out in the front. So I'm going to go ahead and turn to the side so you can see. Take a big strike out there in the front. You're alternating your step. Drive off that front leg and just make sure that your foot is clearing that front knee. It's okay to load up on the quad in the front so you can push yourself back up into the standing position. You can do this anywhere from 30 seconds to a minute. So it's about 15 seconds per side or about 30 seconds per side. All right, after that, we'll go ahead and get into a traditional squat. Again, you can do it weighted or non-weighted. Feet shoulder width apart. Just gonna be sitting down and back, pacing yourself on this squat. Same as the other exercise, 30 seconds to a minute. If it's not comfortable on your knees, you're welcome to open up your stance so you can turn your feet out. The more open your stance is, your inner thigh engages, you get a good stretch on the glutes. Make sure you're still sitting that bottom back. So it's about a 90-degree squat, 30 seconds to a minute. All right, after that, we're gonna go ahead and do a traditional RDL. We can utilize anything that you have, stretching forward, reaching for your toe. So when I stretch down, I'm pushing my bottom back, squeezing my glutes, trying to keep my spine in a neutral alignment. So it's a good stretch on the hamstrings. I'm loading up everything on the back side of my legs, my calves, up to my hamstrings, into my glutes. Just take your time still, about a minute, 30 seconds, whatever you can tolerate. Just drive it down, pull it back, and you're squeezing the glutes to the top. All right, so we're gonna move on to the floor for our first bout of abs. We're gonna do a plank. Now you have various options. You can do your traditional plank, elbows and toes, holding there, 30 seconds to a minute. We can go on our palms and toes into a full plank, trying to make sure your chest is down, squeezing those shoulder blades down and back, bearing your weight from your shoulders back down to your feet. Or you can go down on your elbows and your knees, holding in the abs still, squeezing the glutes, really trying to recruit the core for that modified position. Same deal, we can hold this 30 seconds to a minute, just to ensure that you're challenging yourself. If you're feeling pain in your back, then you're welcome to go down. We'll turn over and we're gonna do some bicycle abs. We'll place our hands behind our head. You're gonna alternate. So we'll start off, the elbows going right across the sternum, and then we'll start adding in the legs. So it's opposite leg, opposite arm. One leg is straight while one knee is bent. Good turns, good breaths in between. If it's too much on your low back to alternate with the feet in the air, go ahead and just do an alternating crunch. That alternating crunch will still get a good cross on the upper abs. Utilize your shoulders to sit up and just pace yourself on there. Same deal, everything is 30 seconds to a minute based off of your exertion level. So we're gonna switch it over and work on the back side of our body, go into our posterior chain on our glute bridge. So we're holding our hips up real high off the ground. Try to drive those hips up, squeeze the glutes well. It's always good to start off with a good hold. That way you can recruit everything from your calves, up your hamstrings, into your glutes. Holding here, 30 seconds to a minute. And then your other option is to go up with a single leg. Same deal, that's a little bit more advanced. If you have any instabilities, you want to stick with both feet down. But if you can challenge yourself, go ahead and hold that one foot out. We'll drop it back down. We'll add in repetitions here. So repetitions, squeezing the glutes tight, driving the hips up, draw the belly button in tight. A good squeeze there, 30 seconds to a minute. Pacing yourself, your glutes should really be firing off now. So now we're gonna hold it up, add in that single leg, and we're gonna drive it up with a single leg here. That's your choice. If you can do it, challenge yourself, let your hips drop, and thrust back up in the good squeeze at the top. All right, so we're gonna switch back over, going back into our core. We're gonna alternate V up, opposite arm, opposite leg. If you have back pains, you wanna come from the ground up, stretching everything out as you reach forward. Breathing out when you're coming up, breathing in when you're lying flat and your lungs are fully open. If you can't do that, or if you wanna challenge yourself a little bit more, we'll lift the feet off the ground, and the whole time, you'll stay elevated. alternating there. You don't have to thrust your shoulders up too high. When those feet are hovering over the floor, it stretches out the fullness of your core and you'll still be challenged. All right, so we're gonna take our time, we're gonna come back up because you have multiple portions of your legs that we wanna target. So next we're gonna do our side lunges. Side lunges is a good stretch in the inner thigh muscles. It's also good function. So we're gonna step out laterally, holding our weight at the center of our chest. So big out steps, stepping left and right, alternating sides. You set yourself to a minute, it's about 30 seconds per side. Good drives, drop that hip down and back, stretching that inner thigh out. Again, we're pacing ourselves for about a minute, so it's 30 seconds per side. Next, we're gonna switch it over, and we're gonna go to the skater lunge. So on the skater lunge, good cross and step, keep your shoulders square. If you have a mirror, look in the mirror, let your hips rotate, but just feel your body rotate at the hip. Once your body's rotating at the hip, you're gonna get a good stretch in your gluteus medius, down that IT band, everything on the outsides of your hips. Load up that quad in the front. If you have a history of knee pain, we'll switch it up. I'll give you a modification. We'll go with lateral kickouts. Lateral kickouts is gonna still target some of the same muscle groups without having to worry about the knee pain. So pace yourself on those lateral kickouts, big kicks, pacing yourself. All right, we'll relax there.